What's happening, YouTube? Welcome to the Mr. Winslow channel. I am Mr. Winslow, your host, and today we're going to be discussing a topic of prime importance in the African American community. This topic deals with domestic violence, and I do believe that we just need to jump right into this because domestic violence not only occurs in the African American community, but it occurs in communities all over the world, and it doesn't pay any attention to color, it doesn't pay any attention to status or economics. So let's just dive right in and see if we can come up with a solution. Domestic violence, or DV, is defined as the willful intimidation, physical assault, battery, sexual assault, and/or other abusive behavior perpetrated by an intimate partner to another. When we look at the facts, 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. We also know that 85% of domestic violence are women, and women between the ages of 20 and 24 are at the greatest domestic violence risk. We look at the history of domestic violence, and Chris Brown and Rihanna come to mind. Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston come to mind. And most certainly Ike and Tina Turner come to mind. However, when we look at the second set of facts surrounding domestic violence, or DV, a very revealing light is shed on this issue. Number 1, women commit domestic violence at 70%, while men commit at 29%, according to a 2007 study from the CDC. Women often remain with and fail to report their abusive partner. And finally, women who've suffered from domestic violence in the past often accept the treatment as normal for their present and even their future. First and foremost, Mr. Winslow does not believe that you need to go upside somebody's head to show them that you love them. No, you're not going to hear that from me. I do not believe that you have to go up to a woman and say, you know what, I love you, woman, so I have to whoop you down. I don't believe a woman has to come up to me and say, well, you know what, Mr. Winslow, you're one sexy black man. That's why I have to beat your ass till times get better. No, I do not believe that is love. I know without a doubt that is not love. So let's just get that out of the way first and foremost before we even go any further with this video blog. This does not equate to love in the eyes of Mr. Winslow. Now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and see if we can find some solutions to putting us on a road to peace. Number 1, the best defense is not to offend. This goes without saying, because if you go looking for trouble, you're going to find it, and it will probably be more than you can handle. You'll typically bite off more than you can chew if you go looking for trouble. That's why the best defense is not or never to offend. Classic example. If you are walking down the street and you see a law enforcement officer, a cop, and you just walk up to him, he was minding his business, you were minding yours, but you walk up to him and you say, you know what, cop, I don't like cops, and I'm not going to hit you or anything like that, so you won't be able to do anything to me, but I think you are a pussy. You suck. I can't stand cops. Now, even though you did not initiate physical contact, you are provoking this person. Yes, you are provoking this person. There's an old saying that says, if you kick that tiger in his ass, you better have something for his teeth. There's another saying that says, where does a 500-pound gorilla sit? Anywhere he wants to. And finally, there is another saying that says, if you have your hand in the lion's mouth, don't provoke him. We need to take that mindset when it comes to domestic violence. Ridding ourselves of domestic violence has to start with non-provoking. The woman must not provoke the man must not provoke the woman, and that will set the stage for peace. The best defense is not to offend, so let's keep that as number 1. Number 2, a beatdown does not equal love. Very self-explanatory. If someone comes home and says, honey, I'm home. I had a real rough day at work today, but since I can't take it out on my boss because I'll probably get fired, I'm going to take it out on you. I have superior size and strength, and I do believe that after having a nice cold bud, I will beat your ass. No, that's not cool. There's nothing cool about that and everything wrong with it. Love, say it again, does not come like this. A beatdown does not equate to love. If he throws you down a flight of stairs, that's not love. If she tries to run over you with her brand new Mercedes Benz, that is not love. Love is not saying I want to cause you bodily harm, so please keep that in mind. A beatdown does not equate to love. Finally, if the person persists in trying to cause you harm, if this person can't get it through their head that a fist doesn't equate to love, leave them. YouTube community, you do not need to be around someone who is going to beat you down. You do not need to be around someone who does not appreciate you and they feel like the only way they can show their love for you is to whip you down and put you in the emergency room in the hospital. No, that's not love at all. That's insanity. In closing, I do believe that we can put an end to the domestic violence issue. I do believe that women do not need to provoke men. Men do not need to provoke women. People do not need to put their hands on each other, period. If you put your hands on someone, then you should be ready for it, whatever consequence they have coming your way. And we definitely don't want to do that. From the Mr. Winslow Studios, once again, YouTube community, God bless.